JoeyShotz with Miami Dolphins. The pressure, he's in trouble. Loses the football. Touchdown! Giants! You have got to be kidding me. Jalen Waddle. It's a Dolphin touchdown. Throwing deep upfield on the near side. Man open. Touchdown! Looking deep. He's got a man. Touchdown! The run from Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown! He's going deep. He's got to open up that game. Touchdown! David, tell me what you want to see. Tagovailoa is running. He's going for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown!
A beautiful day to be a Dolphin fan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go! Ugly. Nothing else I can say can sum up what that was that we just witnessed. Dolphins fall to the Los Angeles Chargers 23-17 in a game that was very winnable, that the defense kept us in for the most part, and our offense just didn't get it done. Started off, Tua couldn't get in rhythm with receivers dropping passes. Then it snowballed into Tua being completely off rhythm. And then, look at, did you see? I think people need to pick up on this. Don't y'all wonder why Tua, who hasn't been running for multiple games, all of a sudden decided to run? Because he was like, this stuff ain't open over the middle that you keep calling into me. This stuff you keep calling into me ain't open. Now, was there stuff underneath open? Yes, even on the plays where he ran, 110%. But the first couple reads consistently were being taken away. And protection at certain times was shoddy. We should have made an adaptation. And you look at what started to happen in that fourth quarter there, right? Speed out, Waddle gets up the sideline. The short stuff should have been the move. And again, what does Herbert do? Herbert is one of the most physically gifted quarterbacks in the NFL, and he just does Brock Purdy to the umpteenth. High percentage throws, all underneath. Use Eckler to set up the stuff that I throw beyond the sticks. And that's literally what they did. Eckler, again, was a McCaffrey. And they had to be honest to that. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And we stayed in. Listen, again, we become so one-dimensional. Passing, pushing the ball past the sticks, even when the defense is telling us it ain't working on us today. We still continue to try and fit that square peg in the round hole. And then how did they beat our defense? Just underneath stuff. Same thing with what Purdy did, but just more exemplified because Herbert's more gifted. That's literally what they did. When the passing charts come out tomorrow, you guys will see it. When the passing charts come out tomorrow, they will tell you the story I'm telling you right now. And it is what it is. So I'm not going to get in here and people going out here about, people trying to make it out to the conspiracy rigged. I'm not trying to go that route, man. We lost. We got outplayed. Their quarterback played better than our quarterback. Staley coached a better game than McDaniel. All right? Their receivers got open more consistently. Our receivers did not. Their running game made an impact. Our running game did not. Their corners, mind you, second and third stringers, played a damn good game. Xavier Howard, our highly touted franchise corner, shot the bed. But our front seven, mainly our front, our front five, or whatever you want to label them as, our outside linebackers, our edge rushers, and our front three, they continued to keep that defense in the game with some plays sprinkled in here and there from Kader Kahu. But Wilkins, Phillips, Seiler, these guys continue to carry the load and be the best players on the field on either side of the football 2 weeks in a row. Josh Boyer has a very questionable play call on 3rd and goal. They're pushed back around their own 15, around our 15, and you basically run a prevent where you're the closest defensive back is at the 2-yard line. You're giving them like a 13, 14-yard cushion, and they run a screen to Eckler when you know they're going to go screen, and that puts them in a position to get a 4th down and convert. So, listen, there's a lot of issues. And I'm going to say this too. I'll be the first one. Bradley Chubb, are you crazy? We traded all of that for you and paid you all this money. What have we seen? I'm going to be honest with you. You haven't been half the pass rusher that Jalen Phillips has been the last couple of games. Tua was awful tonight. McDaniel was just as awful as a play caller, as a game planner / schemer. And again, second week in a row, we see 0 adjustments. 0 adjustments out of halftime. Second week in a row. Listen, here's the facts. Tua is struggling already as it is. McDaniel's getting exposed a little bit as a play caller and as a stubborn game planner, and because of that, Tua's struggling even more. So Tua's already struggling himself. Let's get that straight. Tua's already struggling himself, but it's being heightened by this bad play calling that we're seeing right now. You should be giving him nothing. Listen, and I said this in Tennessee game last year. Man, if I see you're struggling like this, bro, I will take the football out of your hands. What do I mean by that? You're the quarterback. The football's always going to be in your hands. I don't care if I'm getting 1 or 2 yards. I will live and die by the run, and everything you do, bootleg, play action, it will be predicated off the run. If I know you are struggling like that, I ain't going to put the game in your hands. Are you serious? I don't care who you are. It'd be the same thing if Aaron Rodgers was struggling. Let's drop the link for all of y'all. Got a couple of you already ready to come up. Daryl, Destin, Q. What's going on, guys?
What's good?
What's going on, Reason?
What's going on?
Mad embarrassing right now, man.
That was a tough loss.
You know what made it worse?
If Tua Tagovailoa turns this into a legitimate trend or pattern, he's gonna undo all the greatness that he's done, bro.
And see,
Bro,
my thing is
He
this
can't go into
road
Buffalo
trip.
playing like that.
Yeah, this road trip has been
I don't even think it's
incredibly
gonna
brutal
undo.
right now.
Listen,
See, I don't like.
listen,
And I get what people are saying because Ian Baller said it, and he's right. If we go into Buffalo next week and we win, a lot of stuff will be forgiven and forgotten. But we've done that 2 weeks in a row. All right, I did that last week. I'm not doing that again because I did that last week. But I said he had to win both games, and he didn't. So I'm not doing that over Buffalo because what this loss has done is effectively ended our division race.
Yeah.
Being within the division. And now we got to win 3 of the last 4 games. And
I don't even feel comfortable saying that with the way people are playing.
After what I've seen the last 2 weeks, ask me if I think they're going to win 3 of the last 4 games.
Yeah, it's a tall task right now, and with the way that they haven't been adjusting to the things that they need to adjust to, it's a lot of things that you can't call into question.
Go ahead, Q.
and it's not like the Niners made a special adjustment. They just dropped their fucking linebackers, bro. That's it. That's it. That's all they did. And then that right there, that just confused McDaniel for the second time in a row. And to me, I think that was a factor into how the Miami Dolphins offense was played, because it was obvious to see, bro. I was just watching like, yo, I know you're trying to hit that middle. It's where the most of the success has been for this offense. Yeah, but it's very predictable right now. It's very predictable. They know you're trying to hit that middle. At least go with some slants. Let me see some screens, some reverses.
Do you see what I was calling for? Speed outs and all that kind of stuff. And then do you see they do the speed out to Waddle and they get 19 yards?
Yeah.
I think that's why Tua started running too. After a
while,
that
is why Tua started running, because he was like, everything's covered. Dude, that's what I'm saying. I want y'all to think about this for a sec. Now, I know we got Kid Erkahu and all these guys. But, we spent money on Crossan and stuff like that. We drafted Holland highly. They got better play from their secondary tonight than we did, and we got Xavier Howard. And their best corner tonight was Asante Samuel Jr.
Yo, where's
this team needs a second round. You need to go draft Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State. You need to go draft Joey Porter's son, and you need to start fixing these corners, man.
Because we don't have anybody who can dump off underneath and say, yo, go get us 10. We don't got a tight end, you know what I'm saying? We don't have a guy that we can throw it to the flat.
Dump it to Mostert, man.
You got speeds guys. You got Waddle. You got
Tua,
Hill.
Like Destin. What was it? You guys might remember if you were watching the live reaction, because I called it out. That fucking play where he decides to go down the right sideline to, what was it, Waddle or Sherfield threw it out, and you got the swing route from Moser right there. That's gonna take you right to the sticks, and instead Tua's pushing it. Why are you feeling the pressure to push it? Just get the sticks, man. You're never wrong getting the first down.
Exactly.
Taking a profit. Since even Texans game, he's been like that. He's forcing the ball. It's not there.
Listen.
I don't know what the hell is happening.
It's true, and you are right, because I have noticed since the Texans game.
We just beat the
brakes out. I
don't know what they did in the bye week, but it's not the same team anywhere.
Yeah, like we lost our rhythm, eh?
Maybe. I don't know.
You guys notice that there's one thing Tua hasn't done this entire season?
What?
Tua hasn't even he hasn't called an audible. I haven't seen him call an audible. And these are the types of games where if your coach is struggling against the opposition, you as a franchise quarterback should take a hold of the reins and just call your plays, bro. See what you're on that field. Just see that field. If you see it dropping back, call a play. Audible something, bro. Underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is his first year in the offense, though. He's not going to be Peyton Manning that line.
No, I'm not giving him that excuse.
Yeah.
Don't be able to sit there
the problem
and
is a lot of the comfortable stuff that he likes is over the middle, the slants and everything. They're taking that away.
Yep, they took it away.
More to grow, and he should be able to audible to a damn run if he sees him dropping back 18 freaking yards, and the coach shouldn't be calling 3 passes the first 3 plays of every single game.
What makes me nervous is, okay, so they did take the 49ers blueprint, and it did work. So now what makes me nervous is, okay, damn.
Now what?
Are we? Yeah. Did the NFL catch up?
Figure us out.
Is that what?
That's the whole thing.
That was the pattern. That was 2 weeks.
Like, what did I say when we were in the off season? I said that our offense would probably start to get figured out by the second time we faced Belichick. And that's a couple weeks away, right? Yeah. And that's why I was so excited for the bye week, because I thought we were going to come out with a whole bunch of different wrinkles. And now I'm seeing a guy who, in the same way Flores was stubborn in certain areas, this man's stubborn to adjust his game plan, and he just keeps forcing it.
Yep.
Do you think he's going to learn from it?
I don't know.
No idea.
He should have learned from last week's game.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think.
I don't disagree with that sentiment.
So, these past couple of weeks have been just so same old Dolphins, honestly. And that's the part that hurts the most, is because it feels like it's inevitable with this team. every time we get some momentum and we start feeling hot near the end of the season, we always trip over our own feet,
Doesn't make sense because the talent.
Like, you know what the issue is too, boys? You can't even sit here and say we faced 2 top 10 defenses back-to-back weeks. We faced one in the top 5 and one on the opposite spectrum. And that tells you it's something, it's deeper. That tells you it's okay. And here's the other thing. When that bottom tier defense follows the same game plan you saw the week before and successfully beats you with it, that tells you that tells you this is all adjustment based. That's exactly what that tells you.
Hopefully McDaniel looks at this damn crap and goes, okay, no, it's not this, it's me. Hopefully
and how many times are we going to face a team that's got the 29th, 30th, 31st, 32nd ranked run defense and we don't run the goddamn ball?
I don't even think he has those plays, those special plays that we're expecting.
Is Mostert tiptoeing a little bit?
Mostert got 11 carries, and then Wilson got 4, and Ahmed got 1, and then Tua had 3.
Why not no creative plays with Waddle in the backfield, or Tyreek is banged up? But
let me ask you this, Anthony. Let me ask you this: why is Waddle a top 10, top 5 receiver in the NFL? Why is he non-existent? That should tell you right there that there's adjustments. Waddle's non-existent for how long? Come on, man. That's very. It looked like Jacoby Brissett was out there in terms of how non-existent he was, and we've already gone over the fact that Tua is more of Waddle's safety blanket than Waddle is Tua's safety blanket, and we don't even notice the guy,
which is crazy.
This should tell you it's adjustments. It's not like he was missing Waddle wide open. And here's another thing too, boys. If Tyreek sees the freaking football, we were. That's a different. I mean, that was a 20 point game at one point, right? We were leading at 1 point.
It looked like Waddle lost it too at the end of the game.
Yeah, at that end there on that throw up the right sideline.
I'm not sure if there's a lot, if it's too much going on in the stadium that they're losing the ball and they're looking up.
I don't know.
But
when you watch his head on the he you could tell he didn't know what the hell he was looking at. Yeah. It is what it is, though.
I don't know.
We still didn't put enough drives together to even deserve that game.
Yeah, but we should have been
deserved to win any means. When you're 3 of
okay. The offense was bad. Tua played bad. McDaniel was abysmal. The defense played decent. Could have been better. Could have been worse.
No. I'm not giving that.
Decent played great.
No, I'm not giving that either.
No, you can't ask. You can't ask any more than what they delivered today.
This game,
I'm not knocking.
Listen. If your offense is number one in this and number one in this and number one in this, I expect to see that, resonate on the field. And the defense gave the offense numerous chances to make or to score points.
That's why I said they played decent.
But let me where will we be without Coach?
Hold on, let Robert get his point across, and then y'all can rip him
So
apart.
when the defensive coordinator pulls off 20 fucking yards when you're in the goddamn goal line and it's a fucking third down,
that was terrible.
That's not good fucking defense. That's goal line.
Yeah, but that's not on the players. That's more.
I didn't say it was the player's fault. It's still defense.
The game plan was trash.
The coach is responsible for that. And I am pissed at Boyer, and I want Boyer gone. I'm so sick of his goddamn bullshit play calling.
Yeah, so the problem for the past 2 weeks, when you play teams that live in the dink and dunk world, you can't blitz them heavy. No. And that's been an issue. You can't do that.
What do you think beats our zero blitz? What do you think?
Exactly. You can't keep blitzing him.
Yep.
Of course, Herbert looks like a superstar. You can't keep doing that to him. 5 yards.
You got a guy that's gifted like that when you dink and
exactly.
And that's going to open up the bigger throws for his arm.
Reason you watch the film. I know you're probably not going to do it on your show, but go watch their third and longs. They kept throwing screens and short passes. They weren't trying to go for them. Like you can't. Like their whole game plan naturally beats what we do. So you have to come in there with something else.
The screen game.
They were throwing 30-15. They were throwing screens.
I wish we would throw screens like
the screen game is designed to do.
And we're playing prevent. I'm like, what the prevent and blitz? I thought we did prevent and blitz. I thought it was two things.
The screen game.
Go ahead,
the screen game is designed to do two things. One is it's designed to effectively neutralize your pressure, and two, it's basically just a play that most teams are gonna run just to put themselves in position to not squander the points if they're in position to score something. So they did that early on because I think we thought we could get to him and we could get him rattled. And they did a mark. You know, I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna take anything away from the Chargers at this point because they play the Kansas City Chiefs twice a year, so they know what a highly efficient offense and a top tier quarterback looks like. I think for me right now at this point, this is 2 weeks in a row. I'm watching our rookie head coach in his head, and he's hit the rookie wall right now because all they did, and they did these subtle things a little different than what San Francisco did. San Francisco said, you know what, we'll leave our linebackers. They're fast enough to get into those throwing lanes. The Chargers said, we're down players. We got to walk our guys out. And their guys walked out, and as soon as our guys made 2 steps upfield, they were rerouting them, which throws off the timing of the quarterback. And they had their guys sitting in the middle of the areas. Their guys were already.
So you got to run the ball.
Yeah, exactly. But ball game, even the stuff they're doing with their safety, the safety wasn't hanging far over top of the cushion. They were hanging them tight over the middle. So that would make Tua. That's why Tua sometimes would look off the middle because he's like, if I throw this, that guy's a step or two from undercutting, and it's coming back our way. Like they were making Tua look off reads and take everything away. And then because their pass rush was somewhat effective today, once he looked off the first or second read, that's why you're seeing him having to move around and make plays happen. Because, dude, let's be honest. Did everyone, especially in the run game, did Teron Armstead make that big of a difference?
No.
Poor Armstead.
I think he was more mental padding.
That's who got beat by Kyle Van Noy for the sack. And that was Kyle Van Noy's first sack of the year. Who would have thought Kyle Van Noy out here beating Teron Armstead?
He's out there.
I mean, it's 70%, but yeah, you're right.
They're going to have to. McDaniels is going. I mean, that's what I was. That was my only concern.
Brother,
really.
Ball game. Even if you get 1 or 2 yards, run the fucking football. Just
run the ball.
Keep them honest, bro. That's the only way you're going to get this. The only way you're going to get these linebackers and that second level to draw up is either if we do what they did with the screens, the speed outs, the flat routes, the quick stuff, or
outside the numbers.
Football. If you're going to continuously push the ball past the sticks, then at least run the football and try to keep them honest.
All those things. All those routes.
How is the guy on YouTube telling McDaniel what to do right now?
Here's the thing.
I don't know what McCoach is doing.
Here's the thing.
I shouldn't be doing this.
Okay, you gonna do that?
Here's the thing for me.
Bro, I don't get paid enough, Miami Dolphins.
All the things you said are exactly what we were doing in the beginning. I think we got happy. Let me finish. We were stretching teams' defenses. We were making them have to cover every aspect of the field.
Yeah.
And now at this point, we've condensed things down to a point that if they stop us over the middle,
we're done.
We're not throwing to the edges anymore.
No.
We're not throwing to all those other zones, and that's the problem. People have now at this point gotten the tape, and they figured out how to effectively make things look like it's open. And as soon as he takes his first takes the height, it's gone, and then it's like, okay, over the middle should be open, and that's what he's looking at without looking to see that it just. We got this. I don't know, man, but I know that
Mr. Ballgame. Does that beg the question? Does that beg the question that maybe he doesn't have anything?
Well, no, I don't think. No, it's not that he doesn't have it. It's because he had it early on.
Because we've seen it for how many drives, and not once we've seen any adjustment to go underneath.
What I'm saying is, that's the success we had early. It was shown then that he was willing to distribute the ball to all areas of the field. And the last 3 weeks, he hasn't. And it's not that it's not there. It's just that he's somehow or another tailored the defense to try to exploit the intermediate areas of the field in the middle of the field. And that's not going to be given to you anymore because the defenses are smart enough and their players are better than the ones that we previously played. So he's got to come up with something that's going to redesign stretching the entire areas of the field, sideline to sideline. Otherwise, we're gonna be looking down the bottleneck.
Yeah.
We need some wheel routes, bro.
Game. I have a question for
routes. We need some screens to the
wheel
flat.
routes, flats, flares,
reverses,
comeback routes, he's going to come back to the hill.
How many screens have y'all seen this year other than the ones to Tyreek?
Like
you feel me? Like we just need a delayed screen.
The same stuff that people are doing against our defense. We need to be doing against other people to get to it into a rhythm so that he doesn't have to
what I've said.
So pressed about this whole process of making these perfect throws.
But look at the last 2 weeks. What has been making it so easy for these guys? What's this common theme? No, McCaffrey and Eckler.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
Like I said to EM Dolphin fan before we talked today, before the game today, I said, yo, because remember on my keys, I had Eckler as one of the top defensive keys. Right. I said to EM, Eckler's a poor man McCaffrey. Like he can get his legs under him as a catcher and a runner, and then you're toasted because now you don't know where and we don't have the second level to contain him out of the backfield.
Yeah, he's compact, man,
I
short,
got a question
hard to hit.
Go ahead, John.
He runs well with the ball too, so yeah, he's definitely
our second level sucks. Go ahead, John.
So awful.
Is McDaniel telling us, without telling us, that he doesn't trust these running backs? Because we've gone away from the running game really
I think
early.
He's just stubborn. I think because of all the success he had, it's one of those things of it's going to work. It's going to work.
But here's the thing, though. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but a part of me feels like he also doesn't want to throw to the outside because he wants to. That's a weakness for Tua. He doesn't want.
But it's not really.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not. He's
it's not that big of a weakness.
See, the thing is, look at Wilson. Let me ask you this: do y'all think Wilson was a big factor to the game plan? Wilson was averaging 6.5 yards per carry when he went down. Raheem Mostert averaged 4.3 last week. He averaged 3.4 this week. I'd still running the listen. 3.4 yards by my math. If I run it three times, that's the first down every time.
Yeah.
What am I? And if I run you twice in 3 downs, one of those downs is going to be in a second or third and short situation. So what's going on here?
Just everything that could go wrong is going wrong. The wide receivers aren't catching.
Armstead was back out. One of the big strengths of Armstead being out there is running
But he was struggling today.
Yeah, he was struggling.
I think that
the coach was bound to hit the wall at some point. Unfortunately,
we thought it was that first 3 weeks. Yeah, we thought it was that first 3 losing streak.
Yeah. And it looks like it's this one.
Well,
which you got to come out of it.
Now, ball game. The tape is out.
Question.
Yeah,
and until you beat it, they're gonna keep throwing it at you.
Doing it. Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead. Whoever had the question.
Do you guys think this is more an indication of, or where's the blame fall more, Tua or McDaniels?
It all starts at the top.
I think it's both.
It all starts at the top. But it's a share.
I'll put it this way: if
I'll
put it this way, if Tua, okay.
This is the best way I can put it. Tua's struggling.
Yeah.
McDaniel's game planning, lack of adjustments and play calling is heightening his struggling and not helping him. Yeah. Tua's already struggling as is right now. He's already had some awful play, and the game planning and the play calling is heightening that. If that makes any sense.
And boy, you got to change up some stuff, man.
Yeah.
Our guys
I don't have faith in Boyer to change.
I want Boyer gone so bad.
That's ridiculous.
If you want my honest opinion, the last 2 games, I think we should stick to what I said earlier in this offseason. Ceiling for us should be let's just win a playoff game.
That's it.
Did you guys?
Next year's the
you
year.
Guys see when
do some crazy things next year if they have an off season and they get everything right and they get the protection right. Because I think you're gonna, if you want my honest opinion too, I think you're gonna see a lot of Flores guys ousted. I think you're going to see a lot more. I think they're going to start to bring in their guys more on the offensive line.
Give me Vic Fangio, please, for the love of God.
Yeah,
I don't know if Boyer's going to lose
nice.
his job, bro. Dude, the defense isn't to blame tonight, bro.
No, but you still need
No, it's
someone.
not. But
you still need someone.
Situationally, he's not a good great play caller.
Train wreck,
I got to split, guys. Y'all are fun.
Take it easy.
But I can't.
Situationally, he's a train wreck. But I mean,
did you guys see when in the goal line? I think at the 10-yard line. Did you guys see when Herbert he made an audible? He called an audible, and he threw that ball.
Yeah,
to
he did
where
the
he got
alert.
that
He did the alert. He did the alert.
Bro, I want to see. Like, you guys know I'm a Tua guy, and it's the only reason why I'm here in the Dolphins community because I'm a Tua guy. So I think that's the next step in his growth is to take the game into his own hands and see the field and make his call, his own call.
Made audibles. He's made audibles. If you remember last year that Patriots game, remember that we won in week 1 or whatever, that throw to DVP to seal the game there in the fourth quarter, that was an audible.
Yeah, I'm talking about this season with all the weapons,
Now let's also
Boyer has to shut down those.
You know what the problem you run into with the audibles too, though, is all the motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those rollouts that because Purdy and Herbert both last 2 weeks have screwed us on those rollouts, and it seems like we're getting screwed because either Chubb or Phillips are cutting inside.
I think there was a game plan thing though.
I've been saying that since last week, bro. No discipline. They needed to contain that part.
Yeah, they're either cutting inside or they're over pursuing the outside, and then the bootleg is either you can either step up in the lane or you can either go out or bootleg around. It's crazy.
Yeah. Another thing that I think the offense is missing when you said DVP, it reminded me of this. I think we really need some size on the outside. Like we kind of missed those easy Devontae Parker 50-50 balls just for first downs. Like we could really use some. Like in this situation where your offense is struggling, you could just dial it up, but we don't have that, and it's not Gasecki.
I don't even.
Those are high percentage throws, though.
Exactly. Yeah. And with tools, that's easy. That's an easy completion.
Eric is a commas in the lab to eventually become that. I think
somebody come on. Somebody got hit. Come on.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's the solution. Honestly.
No, I don't think that's the solution, but it will help in that situation where you could just 50-50 ball. All right, let's go for it. Whatever.
I would just like to see better play call. Like I think that
agreed.
Tua would have had to have played basically.
Bro, just simplify this shit. That's all. Like the answer, the simplest answer is usually the best answer, right? In anything in life, not just. And that's what it is for this. Just simplify this shit. I said it last week. I said it against Tennessee. Treat Tua like a rookie. What do you mean by that? Reason? I'm giving you nothing. If I see you're off and it's not on point, I'm taking the ball into your hands. And I'm giving you high percentage throws based off of what we do in the run game. That's it. I'm giving you play action. I'm giving you bootlegs. And enough of this fake toss bootleg because it ain't working. I'm giving you bootlegs. But look at what we're doing. We're bootlegging them, but we're not establishing the run. So they're not honest to it. They're just not even biting on the play action. They're just straight up coming right for two off the bootleg. Because we're not setting up the run to even set up the play action for the bootlegs. People don't understand
that's the main issue,
of not running the football has with everything we do offensively. The middle of the field is clogged because we're not pulling linebackers and the second level coverage up with the run game. Like you look at all of this stuff, man. The answers are right there for you. And I just don't know why he's not adapting. We are seeing a stubborn side of McDaniel that I originally thought he didn't have.
Yeah, so just to play devil's advocate, I'm not. I agree with you, but just to play devil's advocate, just try to get in his head. I'm not a psychologist, but I think
in a West Coast offense, you got to run the football, brother.
Agreed. But I think because Tua's a rhythm quarterback. Let's just go through the events. Last week, Tua was off slightly in the beginning. So I think what's happening in the beginning of these games is that he's off by a little bit. Like last week, he was off. It was him being off. This week, it was the receivers dropping passes. So I think McDaniel's in his mind saying, okay, my guy's a rhythm guy. I have to keep with him to try to get him going. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I want to run the ball, but I think that's what goes going on.
It wasn't just the receivers dropping passes, bro. It was
No. I'm talking about to start the game.
After a while.
No, to start the game. That's what it was.
Maybe,
after
but
a while, they tightened that up. It wasn't. We didn't see too many drops after the first two drives. It was
agreed, about time they actually start catching them, we were down like 17-7.
This is the second week, but that's my thing though. See, at a certain point, I think he was like 3 for 17, and he only had like 2 drops.
It was trash.
I think, yeah.
It wasn't no wide receivers. Oh no, it was just I mean. And here's my thing, bro.
I know, but I was just answering the fact. The reason was that he was stubborn, so I was trying to explain why he kept with the stubbornness.
I got you.
That's my question too, Dolphins.
You can't have two games like that where you off like that. Because I remember like one play to Gesicki where, to be honest, I know we all bashing Gesicki, bro. That was behind, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that was behind. That was off. Again.
Yeah, but Gesicki was the coverage was there. It wasn't even if he got.
Yeah, but
and it was that was go watch the replay. That was not as behind as you're making out to be. It was slightly behind.
No, it
like
was.
If my hands are here, if my hands are here, it was like here.
But
I think the defender's arm was here anyway. So even if he got it in front of his hands, the defender broke that up. And the defender would have broken up anyways.
But how long he been playing with Gesicki? When has Gesicki ever been open like that? If you throwing
Gesicki wasn't that open.
He wasn't that open.
Gesicki's never open. When is Gesicki ever open like that? You always got to put it to Gesicki in a certain spot where he can use his length to catch the ball.
That's the middle of the field.
Gesicki never.
I think whoever started saying that the drop passes. I think he does have a point. There were a lot of drop passes in the beginning of the game.
To start the game, and that threw him out of rhythm. That's okay. He's a rhythm quarterback. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's the only reason. In the beginning of the game, there were drops that threw him out of rhythm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The problem is we had drives. But the problem is we had drives.
Three and out. Yes. Yeah.
The problem is we had drives after that for him to get in a rhythm, and he just didn't.
And he didn't. He never got into it. Agreed.
That definitely hurt his confidence.
There's another elephant in the room too.
Bro, you can't be
one at a time. Go ahead, Robert.
You can't let someone sit there and run a 15-play drive, 85 yards for 8 minutes, and expect your team to get in rhythm.
Hey, check this out. Like, first drive, 3 pass plays, trying to hit that middle. Like, way to keep it dynamic and unpredictable.
Bro, people are gonna
keep.
Yo, dude, listen. People who only see this game for the surface will only blame Tua, and Tua deserves a lot of blame. But if you actually know football and how to break down football, there's more.
It was a whole.
Damn right. Damn right.
And actually, McDaniel deserves a ton of blame.
Yeah,
that's 2 weeks in a row now for McDaniel, just living and dying by that middle of the field and not adjusting his game plan. Listen, he had nothing in place for again the middle of the field being clogged. He had nothing in place. He had
and the reroutes.
And they pressed. They were not expecting us to. I don't think they thought they had the balls to play press man against us, and they called
a lot of those press should have been illegal contact. To be honest,
but the game plan was slapping you in the face. What I'm saying though is the game plan slapped you in the face last week. If you saw Tua struggle like this, it was live and die by the run and do everything you want to do with Tua based off the run. But again, he did what he did last week. All right, we'll just throw.
I wonder if the fact that last week was the Niners, he's like, I wonder if that got into his head a little bit with it too.
And X let up like 3 big plays today.
No, Robert.
X hasn't been good all year.
All right, bro.
Yeah, that's another issue.
I'll holler at you.
All right, take it
Have
easy.
A good
We're
one,
gonna wrap this.
All right, Mr. Ballgame.
I just last week was mostly on Tua. I think last week, if Tua plays a good game, not even a great game, I think we win that one. This week, I think it's mostly on McDaniel. I think McDaniel should have put Tua in a better position because when you see your quarterback diving headfirst in a run like that, like what he did, Tua was trying. He was trying. I don't think this was a good game by Tua by any stretch.
That things weren't open, so he started taking
off
and using his legs. Yeah. No,
so
but
I just
like press man. Like I didn't know they were gonna go fully press on us, but I expected man coverage because they ran the most in the NFL, and I was even begging for it at the beginning of the stream. With this kind of speed we have, you should be blowing by man coverage. The man coverage should not be able to keep up with us. But look at the things they did. They dropped the safeties up over the middle while dropping linebackers over the middle. So they had overhangers, and then they had guys hanging underneath, and that were basically making you question, do I want to throw that?
Yeah, the robbers.
The way that read.
And here's the thing, too.
Times they were getting pass rush help as well. It was just a disaster.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, they were also doing a really, really good job of pressing our receivers at the line, throwing them off rhythm, giving them shoves and things like that to disrupt the timing of the offense. Yeah. And that's all up to scheming. That's all up to scheming. McDaniel should have schemed his guys more open, get them better releases, right? Yes, there was some illegal contacting that probably should have been called, but the refs were horrible all game. Honestly, like, that is McDaniel 100%. If your guys are getting if the timing of your offense is being disrupted to such an extent that you basically can't get things done, you got to figure something out. You got to flip the script somehow.
You got to adjust.
And I don't,
especially again when you have halftime. That's the second week in a row we come out flat. The game plan's clearly not working. Tua is struggling and off, and we don't make adjustments.
Isn't that third week in a row because we scored 0 points against the Texans?
Well, no, I'm talking about.
But they got the ball rolling.
We didn't struggle in the first half against the Texans.
Yeah,
I get you.
30-0.
Second week in a row that was showing you his game ain't on, and your game plan ain't working, and we didn't adjust that.
Can we talk about the roughing the passer bullshit call?
Oh my god,
yeah,
that was dumb as fuck.
Honestly, I don't want to.
What in the cheating? What in the cheat tricks are you doing, bro?
I don't want to talk about that too much, just because that's not something we can fix. That's up to the NFL. Like, we can lobby and moan and complain and stuff.
I just want to bring it up and talk about it because when they called that, I was livid, bro. I was livid. I was like, what the? I'm like, bro, is you an idiot or what?
That call may have flipped the entire game script. We don't know, but I don't like to hang up on ref calls. It's not like the refs were what lost us that game.
But the thing is, though, is after all that, because I say it's 51% on McDaniel, about 40% on Tua, and then Boyer can get the rest. But the thing about it is, though, he had 2 opportunities to get a last-minute drive, bro. The fumble at the goal line that we couldn't get, and then the fucking
hey, Tyreek Hill is an alien, bro.
No, not that one. I'm talking about the Herbert, where at the fumble snap, and then the onside kick. Oh my god, bro! I do not understand.
Both of those are low percentage plays, though.
Man, I was hoping they got that fumble, bro.
You've got like a 0.3% chance to convert an onside kick. It's ridiculous. The onside kicks basically aren't a play anymore in the NFL.
Bro, that onside kick worked for all intents and purposes, to be honest. You got to jump on that. Like, that's not...
No, the play to jump on was that Herbert fumble. Raekwon Davis, no awareness have himself, never went for the ball. He was the one supposed to get that ball.
Jalen Phillips is about to be fined $15,000.
What? For what?
For the roughing
the passer? Yeah.
That bullshit? No.
Yeah, they got to fix that.
Wait.
It's one thing to get the penalty, but you can't find a player on a phantom call.
That's a sack, bro. Fuck.
Okay, they threw the flag, and why? How?
They're making a thing out of it. They're making because people are seeing the BS that they're doing on the field, so they're going to make a thing out of it. Like, oh, he almost died on the field.
Well, the fines aren't new, right? Like, fines are fairly common when players make penalties that are.
So we lost.
No, that's a sack, bro.
We lost 3 balls in the lights apparently tonight.
3 balls.
And I mean, look at what Alf of 3 yards per carry is saying right now. Trust me, these 2 teams weren't the only teams all year that decided to take away the middle of the field. Everybody else did past week 1. Yes, even the Ravens.
All they did.
McDaniel adjusted. This was stubborn play calling. See, I'm not lying.
Exactly, bro.
People think I'm making excuses for Tua, and I'm not. This is just what happened. You can see it.
Yeah, no, Tua played bad. He just wasn't the reason we lost the game.
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
one of the reasons.
Exactly.
The biggest problem set is these 2 wins don't do anything, or 2 losses, Jesus, don't do anything to actually help us answer the question: is he the franchise QB?
Well,
Robert,
I think
my
we
thing
got
is
the guy. I think
no. My thing is right. They took away the middle of that field, but this team can beat you so many ways. You are not safe on any area of the field. The short,
adjust, brother.
Bro,
this is why you're paid millions of dollars, and this is why you spend. This is
they
why
took
he comes
one
in
section
at 3
of the
or
field
4
off,
a.m.
bro.
in the day, right? This is like, come on, man.
Dude,
Robert,
man.
I think we got the guy. I just I don't think
screens, shovel passes, fucking end arounds. Like, we should have been hammering them on the edges of the field, and we did nothing. And it just,
Robert, I think we got the guy. I don't think these last 2 games take away anything that you did in the first 11 games, 10 games.
yeah. I don't think Tua is ever going to be like, I don't know. I think Tua's like fringe top 5, maybe. He's good. He's good enough. I don't think that. I'm disappointed in Tua. I'm a huge Tua fan. I'm very disappointed in his play these last couple of weeks, but I can't put this loss on Tua, and I can't say that Tua isn't a franchise guy yet. But if this stuff keeps happening, and these bye weeks have been killing us. I don't know what it is, but every time we seem to come out of a bye week with Tua or whatever, we come out flat. Every time we come out of a bye week, we come out flat for some reason, in one area or another. And I was hoping that because we had the Texans, we'd come out flat against the Texans, but we'd get into a rhythm, right? And we'd be able to start, jumping into it. God forbid if we came out flat against, came out of the bye week against like a really, really great team, we'd have gotten blown out.
Well, we can't say these type of games weren't going to come because at the end of the day, they do have they have a lot of games on film. So by this time, they got their their brains wrapped around the Miami's offense right now.
Changes.
I don't know, man. Like, people just keep texting me and asking me, like, who do I blame for this loss? And it's really just for me. It's I saw I know Destin gave out his percentages earlier, but I don't know, man. It's 50-50 Tua and McDaniel.
I'm calling it rookie woes. Reason I'm calling it rookie woes. Rookie quarterback. And Tua's still a rookie quarterback. McDaniel's still a rookie head coach.
I think he's saying he's a rookie in this offense.
Yeah, well, I think McDaniel has a lot of rookie blues to get over when it comes to play calling, when it comes to game management. We saw this at the beginning of the year. McDaniel has not been good at managing games, especially in 2-minute drills and things like that. And he's gotten away with it because the offense has played so well in other parts. We've never relied on those 2 minutes.
Look at the Lions game. Do you remember the Lions game when I did the all-22? I remember writing in my notes, Tua bailed this coaching staff out a bunch of times in this game. I remember writing that. Offensive coaching staff and our defensive coaching staff, Tua was bailing them out all the game against the Lions.
And that's about McDaniel's
bad clock management and bad play calling at times, and Tua was bailing them.
I think we're going to have to give McDaniel at least one more year to see, because there's a lot of good. I think we can all agree there's a lot of good with McDaniel.
Oh, I'm not ready to move on from McDaniel.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
Where's that coming from?
Still got a lot of games to play, bro. A lot of games.
Exactly. And there's obviously the rest of this season to play out, but I really... My Dolphins mindset is get to December, immediately flip to how are we going to play next year. That's kind of I've just been trained like that, So I'm thinking about next year way too much, way more than I should be. But I'm thinking we really need to see how well McDaniel and the staff, the coaching staff as a whole adjusts this offseason, in addition to the players, obviously. But I think next year we really have a shot to do something spectacular if we can get some of the stuff ironed out, which we'll see.
I think have a shot to do something spectacular this year too.
Just so you know, with this loss, our playoff chances dropped to 68%, and even if we win, 2 of the next 4 games, that's only at like 56%.
Yeah, I think that
because you know what we did? We made the Chargers. The Chargers
Relevant.
have the tiebreaker over us now.
Right.
So
Okay.
Yep.
if it become an issue for us by winning games, they have a chance to take us out now.
Yep. And of course, I don't think we're winning the division anymore.
No, the division's done. Unless you win out, division's done.
Yeah. We have to win out, and the Bills have to lose an extra game, which I don't know if they will.
We don't deserve the playoffs, man.
Dude, what have I said? I said the magic number was 3 after we won our 8th game. We've lost 2 in a row, and 11 was my magic number. We got to win 3 of the last 4, I think.
Okay. What are some positive takeaways that we can kind of leave the show off with?
Nothing. A goddamn monster.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Christian Wilkins.
Yep. Christian Wilkins. Yep. That man is an animal, bro. That dude can.
Yo, I'll be honest with you. Our O-line wasn't good tonight. Our receivers weren't that great tonight. Our quarterback wasn't good tonight at all. Our play caller and game plan, our head coach wasn't good tonight. I mean,
but the only thing that was good was that front 4, you know?
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's go through some final thoughts because I mean I haven't eaten since 11 a.m. and that really wasn't worth it.
I'll let you go, brother. I'll let you go.
No, go ahead, bro.
I'm good. I already said what I wanted to say.
So we get to the hour mark. So go ahead, Q.
No, I already said what I wanted to say. Just to say, great show today. Thanks for doing what you're doing, brother. We love getting all the info from you and great work.
Yeah, man. Nights like
all right, you guys.
Nights like this, though, bro. Come on. And next Saturday, I better not give up my Saturday night for something like this. That's all I gotta say.
I know I'm not. Fuck this team.
All right, Robert. Final thoughts.
I'm sick of the fucking shit show. I'm sick of getting excited and actually giving a shit and then having them put crap on what they get the chance to actually do something special. Hopefully McDaniel learns a goddamn lesson from this one and we go to running the fucking ball a little bit more. Fucking Boyer, for the love of God, I hope your ass is canned after the end of this season because I'm sick of it.
No, you won't.
Fucking. And that just massive disappointment tonight. Massive disappointment to California. I hope they get on that plane ride, look at themselves in the mirror, and be like, "Man, we fucking up, and we need to fix ourselves." Because, and the coaches, everyone, they need to look in the mirror and just be like, "Yeah, not it. Where are we being dumb?"
They need to get fucking baptized. That's what they need to do.
I don't even think that shit could fucking fix them. Some of them are just stupid.
That evil.
Fucking pride is a sin.
All right, Marcus, your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are just that I'm tired of seeing this happen, but I think there's still hope for this season. I think if we can tighten up a little bit, if McDaniel can call better, and we can just stick to the run game, against Buffalo, try against Buffalo, and if we can pull it out, then I don't know. I'm just so disappointed in this game. Last week I was disappointed in Tua, very disappointed in Tua. This time I'm disappointed in the whole team. Everyone except for like our front line has just made me wonder why I'm still a Dolphins fan after all these years of all of it. Every time in December, it's always just like you get crushed, right? It's build up the hope and then get crushed in December, and it's just the cycle, And it's like, God, I'm sick of the same old Dolphins every year, and honestly, like my hopes are just that we make it into the playoffs, if that. Like, if I'm not even sure that I'm going to be watching the next few games unless they do something to draw me back in. I'm probably just going to tune out and just say, whatever.
I agree.
Fingers crossed for next year.
Yep.
Such crap.
Man, you think we're like 5-8 right now? God damn, all y'all. Okay, John, your turn. Go.
Kind of what he said, man. Tua was disappointing last week, and this week is the whole team. Nothing's going right. Our receivers are randomly not being able to track the ball now. They couldn't catch for a little bit this game. Tua was off. It's just Terran Armstead can't block, even though he has got one arm. He's doing his best. McDaniel can't call plays effectively. It just sucks. Go Fins.
Love it.
These boys need some Jesus in their life.
Don't be too happy, John. Pyro, go ahead.
Well, another day, another Sunday ruined, And then this time, at least I got to get some good fucking football games. Did get scared to see this disappointment, this shit show.
Hey, Pyro, make some more room in that hole because we're gonna need to put some bodies in there.
Same shit every year, man. Same thing. They build your hopes up and they just come and slap this shit right back down to earth. I love it, bro. You just gotta love this team. You gotta love the misery. Fucking my Heat suck. This suck. Gators suck.
Pyro sucks. Everything sucks.
Bro, everything sucks right now, man. Nothing. So I'm with Marcus. I may tune out next week, bro. I may not even just watch the game. I just probably watch Reason for next Saturday.
Dolphins, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna echo some of what everybody's saying. Run the ball, do what we got to do. I'll try to be positive. All the answers are there. Just go back to. I'm gonna laugh. I'm trying to be positive a little bit here, but just go back to what we were doing earlier. Have a balanced, somewhat of a balanced offense. 60-40, not this 80-20 thing we're doing right now. 60-40. Run the ball to make it respectable. Hit Tyreek Hill on those comeback routes we were doing before. All the answers are there, and if we can look forward to anything, is that. As bad as this was, the Bills look beatable. All right, they're willing to. They only put up 20 on the Jets, so it's not
beatable if we play like this.
Hey, look again. The answers are there. We've seen this team. Everything we're asking them to do, we've seen them do it. We're not asking them to do something new. Just do what you were doing in terms of play calling 4 weeks ago. That's it. So. It's still within reach, man. So I ain't giving up on them. It does fucking suck because we should have beaten them. We're better than them. I don't give a fuck what nobody tells me. But hey, it's football. Football going football, man. And the refs are going ref.
Keep that same energy Saturday.
All right, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll recap this disaster. Until then, everyone stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed as always. Fins up all day, every day on to Buffalo. Got to get this one out of our head, all right? And I think it's a must-win next week for this team's confidence for the rest of the season. So right now they don't look like a playoff team, but, hey, you beat Buffalo, you run the table, get that momentum back. If they were going to shit the bed, get it out of the way now before the end of the season. So, all right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Fins up, baby.
Have a good one, Reason.
All right.